I was at the Kentucky Organic Growers Farmers Conference in Korea last week, and some of the keynote speakers were from New York and were traditional farmers and had answered an ad that wanted organic grain. And anyway, it escalated, and they figured out they could actually make money farming. And they eventually bought a mill in the area, and they developed a co-op when other traditional farmers found out that they could make money with organic farming. Part of the equation was, I guess what GMO answered part of your question was that that involves a lot of biotechnology, which has gotten down to the use of antibiotics in plants. I don't know if I want to eat antibiotics. That's a personal choice. But anyway, this organization is thriving in northern New York State now, and they're doing quite well as an organic cooperative. Mm-hmm. Sort of like the Tillamook cheese people in the Northwest eventually figured out that cheese was the answer to how to transport something that would last. Plus they sell a lot of ice cream.
Well, I think that if we can get a hold of ourselves and actually work toward an economy of cooperation, if we have that on our minds, I think that there are a lot of very good opportunities for farmers right now. The chain, is it Chipotle, that buys sustainably raised meat? They're looking for product and can't find it. That puts farmers in a situation they haven't been in a long time. But I think we need to use these opportunities to work on decent farm policy. And I think we need to do it starting with programs like Louisville's Farm to Table. I mean, it's small, it's manageable, you can work with the city government. One of the most important things that we're working on at the center is studying the tobacco program to figure out how to apply it to other products, to anything, in fact, a farmer could produce, from timber to tomatoes, to protect the farmer in the marketplace from oversupply, the farmer's age-old enemy. I think hemp would be a wonderful product to try to improve farm policy with. Otherwise, I think hemp is dangerous. But anyway, it's hard to believe at this point, with so few farmers raising products for a local market, it's hard to believe that we have to think now about overproduction, but we do. And so I think the example you're giving, I mean, if people figure this out, everybody I know is looking for organic grain. There's a lot of market out there. There's more market than there is supply. So that puts farmers in a better position than they're usually in. I don't know what your question was, and I don't know if I answered it.
Like with grain, people would buy grain possibly to make bread, biscuits, or fried chicken with.
Yeah, I think they would. And they'd buy the chicken, too.
For example, tomatoes. People get so many tomatoes that they might be limited to put them on salad, but somebody needs their forest filled with candy.
Mm-hmm. Well, farmers at home,
how to extend the process.
Traditional farmers at home who have, or conventional farmers at home who have, with the loss of the tobacco program, most of them have gone to a two-crop agriculture, corn and soybeans. This work of Sarah Fritzner and the Louisville Farm to Table program is the first real interest I've seen at home in raising food for probably 15 years, because there's a contract involved. So farmers could begin to think about planning an economic year around something other than corn and soybeans. At least they could start a change that they're going to have to, probably going to have to make. Corn, what was it, what was corn last year, and what is it now? Half? It's 4. Yeah, I mean, it's if we value people who understand land use, we'll get them out of a boom and bust economy. Is that it? Okay, good.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you smart as a whip and deeply passionate about her work? In addition to that, Mary, in addition to that, the breadth and the depth of your vision is what really moves me. That you know, we work in very small little silos a lot of the times, but you're looking at a much bigger picture that desperately needs to be looked at. So thank you very, very much. I just want to take a little bit of time to update you on what's going on with New Pioneers, and then we're going to break into groups and have some conversation, and after that we're going to get to eat all those great desserts over there. As all of you, I think, are aware, a lot has happened both in and through New Pioneers since we saw each other last March at this spring meeting. We celebrated Earth Day very peacefully last April, and we were just beginning a 2-month effort to organize, clean out the office, get things reordered, and get ready for the next year, when whammo, along comes an announcement that somebody's planning to build a huge pipeline right through our neighborhood. So that was the end of any effort of cleaning out and organizing and planning. It was the beginning of a whirlwind that hasn't settled down yet. In fact, a pipeline bill is likely to be voted on perhaps tomorrow. So it's very much alive and energetic at this point in time. I can honestly say that many of us have learned more about the fossil fuel energy industry and how the democratic process works, or is at least supposed to work, in this past year, in some ways, than we probably ever wanted to know. I want to take this moment to let all of you, our members, know that the board of directors that we have at this point in time has been exceptionally clear-minded and focused and courageous in its determination to put the resources of New Pioneers at the service of this effort to protect our land and our land owners from corporate abuse. Board members, would you please stand up and take a bow again? Because we need to give these folks a big hand for the big risks that they've been willing to take over the course of this past year. They have put New Pioneers on the map, not only in this region, but throughout the Commonwealth of Kentucky and beyond. And people are seeing us as one of the leaders in the effort to create a sustainable future for Kentucky. That's due to the board of directors. So we need to give you all a big hand. Also, we need to give a big hand to our staff and office volunteers. Jessica Shelton, our intern who wasn't able to be here tonight, Joyce Minkler, and Amanda Manning, who are at work day after day, keeping things moving. We never could have done all that we've done over this past year without them. We continue with our quarterly Moving Forward forums, and I happen to think that they get better and better each time we have one. And from all reports, they're being watched pretty widely on Cable Channel 6, who's with us here again tonight, thank you, Beth, by a large number of people in the Tri-County community. So get the word out as you're talking to people. It will play on Cable Channel 6 over the next couple of weeks, but it will also be on our website within a few days. So if people were sorry that they didn't get to come to hear Mary tonight, that's an option. The Empty Bowl Supper last month was a great success, thanks especially to our potters, Betty Brookfield, Albert Bowman, and Jonas Hurley, who's not here tonight, and to our hosts, Ed and Chris O'Daniel. For the past month, we've been sending out a new electronic newsletter on email and Facebook, and we hope that you're finding that helpful to help you to keep up with everything that's going on. Please let us know if we could do it differently and be more helpful. We're thrilled that more than 60 New Pioneers members and friends have volunteered to help plant trees at TGKY on March 23rd. And local industry is going to plant 35,000 trees in one Sunday afternoon, and 60 folks are coming with us as part of our team, and that should be a very interesting experience. We need some help from some of you on Saturday morning, April 12th, because we have signed on to witness our love for our place by cleaning up the litter from 5 miles of roadway. We're planning to make it fun as we work. It's the first time that New Pioneers has taken on a project like this. If you can come, or if anybody you know can come, please send them. We're meeting at the Regional Recycling Center at 9 o'clock in the morning. All this will be in the newsletter. And on Saturday, April 26th, we're going to need lots of help again as we host the first annual Springfield Green Festival, to teach people the joys of eating locally, because the cattlemen are going to be cooking local beef, all different forms of it. So it'll be eating locally, there'll be local beer and local wine, and then there'll be a number of booths, and we're teaching people about home gardening, some of the new tools that are out there to make home gardening easier, demonstrations on composting, on repurposing stuff, on alternative energies, and much more. Once all of that is done, my intention is to pick up where we left off last May, with 2 quiet months of office ordering, cleaning out, and organizing for the coming year, which, believe it or not, next year will be New Pioneers' 10th anniversary. We'll see what the universe says about our plan this time. It didn't cooperate last May, so we'll see what happens. But our hope is to begin to get a little bit better organized.